see that guy over there? Does he look excited? He was so excited that he actually forgot to turn on his microphone. So we're gonna do this a little Quentin Tarantino style. Good morning. I'm here in Tokyo, walking the streets of Jimbocha, where I'm staying. I have this amazing opportunity to be in Japan for about 5 days. Um, it all started. I saw a few weeks ago. I saw this post that Devin Turnbull made on his OJazz page about a tube amp sleepaway camp in Akihabara, Tokyo, and I was like, I saw the post and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, kind of joking with my wife, like that would be cool. Like, I should go. And sure enough, we were able to put it all together. She was able to arrange watching our kids and all that, and she's awesome. So shout out to her. We're here. I made it. You'll see some footage of me coming in and my experience last night. But I mean, we're here. I'm super excited. Today's the first day. We're doing the MJ 8th Annual Audio Festivals today. I mean, a lot of cool exhibits. Devin has a thing at the end of the fest talking about amps, or I think triode amps in Western culture. So that should be really fun. A lot of cool exhibits, DIY stuff. So I'm super excited. I get to go record shopping and build an amp, a single-ended triode amp with some other people who've made the trek out here. So I'll take you guys along for the ride. I'm gonna just be recording a bunch of footage and piece it all together and probably make a few videos. But hope you guys enjoy it.
So that first day, I really just got the lay of the land. I was walking around this neighborhood I was staying at, Jimbocho. Just a really cool, chill neighborhood. I went to Glitch Coffee for the first time, which was a couple blocks from where I was staying. This became a reoccurring theme. It was just a really cool spot with a nice little hi-fi setup and no line, unlike the Ginza location last time I was in Japan. So I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw that Devin posted this picture of Herb Reichert. And if you don't know who Herb Reichert is, definitely look him up. But in short, he's probably my favorite writer about hi-fi, maybe of all time. He used to write in Sound Practices when it was still around. Currently, he still writes for Stereophile. Just a real down-to-earth approach to audio and listening to music. He's an artist. He's a DIY audio builder, and he was the main audio note distributor for the U.S. For many years. So he's been around, seen some really cool stuff, and just an awesome dude. So when I found out he was there, I just got really excited. So then I proceeded to get my first breakfast in Japan, which had to be a Japanese breakfast, obviously. It was delicious. And then I walked over to the MJ Audio Festival a few blocks away. And when I arrived, this is what I saw. It was a little booth with some names and a little sign in, check in area. And when I looked over to my left, I saw it. There it was, the little amp that we were here for, that we've been kind of all waiting to put together. And it was really cool to see my name on the list next to it. I walked a little bit more and was handed the festival program, a sweet little button, some vouchers to pick up my tubes and the transformers for my amp, and a little test CD too. And Devin was standing right there. So I introduced myself, talked to him for a little bit, and he gave us a little overview of just logistics for the day and some recommendations of exhibits for the festival. So basically, when you walk right into the festival, there was this large auditorium with some vendors in the front area, in the front half, really. And then the back half was this whole rotating like speaker system that they were changing throughout the day. And there was a really cool one you can kind of see on the ground. It's two Altec horn speakers with this like open baffle addition panels on the side. They were pretty sick. Um, I couldn't really tell the sound of them too much because there was a lot of noise in there, but just really cool to see. So what you're about to see is this first room I went into, and it was the one that Devin recommended that we check out above all the other ones for that day. Basically, it was a super OG, legendary Japanese audiophile builder, DIY builder, whose name I will flash on the screen, showing off his system with a lot of classical music. And this was the first room I saw, and I hope it's not too loud. It was really cool. So then I walked down the hall to catch this next exhibit, which I wish I caught more of. It was jazz focused, and it was a DIY builder who had taken a bunch of black and white photos of different jazz artists himself through the years and was highlighting their music with his system. This is a Chet Baker recording, if you can tell by the picture, but take a listen. So after that, I went down a couple floors to the Fostex room, and I got to see these speakers. They're 8-inch full range drivers that I've been kind of learning about for a while, and it was just really cool to see them in person. And man, they were so cheap. They were like $160, 160 something, and I almost got them, but I knew I wouldn't have the space in my luggage. So then we had some time to kill before we met up Devin. So I got some pizza and beer at this jazz festival that just so happened to be outside of our venue. And I went with a couple of guys I befriended at the camp. This was the first time meeting together as a group. Devin kind of laid the foundation of what was to come, what we were going to be doing, where we were meeting, um, and what we needed to pick up for the amp that day. And he answered some questions and told us that we were going to pick up the transformers that day here at the Tokyo Radio department store. And we had some time to do that before coming back at 5 p.m. to catch the exhibit that he was going to do, which I later found out was with Herb Reichert. So I got to Dev's show a little early. The vibes were high. It was already packed, and a lot of excitement was going down. A lot of pictures and people taking videos, and just an iconic introduction by Devin here in Japanese that you'll see.
ハイエンドとかヴィンテージとか DIY というオーディオのニューヨークの始めた最初の人の一人です。今でもハイエンドの雑誌ではハブ先生の視点は
So after an awesome interview, Dev then premiered his KOR2, which is the second iteration of his collaboration with Klipsch, a little bit bigger than the last one. And we got to hear it for what I think was the first time he ever showed it. It was kind of a premiere, and it sounded great. Take a listen.
Baby, my baby don't care for shorts, and he don't even care for clothes. He cares for me. My baby.
So this here was quite possibly the highlight of my entire trip. I had no idea I was going to meet Herb Reichert. Here I'm kind of telling him about some things I had been working on and was just talking about my perspective on audio and some other stuff. But here's him talking a little bit about life.
It was good. I got to have adventures like you have in life. Adventures are priceless. You know, when you get old, you want to look back and go, wow, I had some good adventures.
In this picture with me, me and Herb is Danny to my immediate right and Dave to the far right. They were also fellow campers, and we found out that we were all from the Bay Area. So they're both from San Jose originally. Danny lives in Hong Kong now, and Dave lives in the city by my brother. But yeah, they're good buddies already. But we had an immediate connection, and they were super cool. So I hung out with them for the rest of the trip, pretty much. But they're super funny. They were like hyping me up once they found out I had this account, and they were like, "Oh, like let's take some sneak videos and pictures of him." So they're messing around. So shout out those guys; they're hilarious. Yeah. So the last video is just me, some reflections and thoughts I had after my day and the experience I had, and the last clip or the last picture you'll see is my buddy Winston at dinner. I try and understand what I'm telling him about what happened today. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Sorry guys, I don't have a microphone. We're just doing this raw. I'm in Okanamizu. Today has been a very, very busy day. We met up with Devin today, went to the MJ Audio Festival. It was amazing. There was a lot of cool exhibits, some really cool listening. I posted some clips on my story. I'll try to put some in this video, but man, some really cool listening experiences today, some really cool music I got exposed to. And the highlight of my day was spending 20 minutes talking with Reichert, an audio legend. And I didn't even know that he was going to be in the, he's doing this interview with Devin, and Devin debuted his new Klipsch speakers that aren't even on the market yet. That was super cool, and he hooked up our amp that we're building to it to kind of see how that would work when the exhibit or when his thing with her was all done and his showcase of the new speakers was done. But it was amazing. I talked with her for like 20 minutes, me and the two guys, David and Danny, that I met out here too. And super cool, man, like super down to earth guy, and kind of just making me realize that like these people in audio who are like really sorry for the sirens. I just learned that in Japan, the ambulance stops for the siren, I just learned in Japan, the ambulance stops at the stop sign. That's crazy, at the stoplight. But yeah, I guess I'm just realizing that people in audio, like the people who are like really about it, are like so down to earth. Me and Herb talked about baseball. We talked about audio. We talked about traveling. He's never been to Asia before, so what a privilege to meet him on his first trip out here. It's just kind of just amazing. And when I was in the room, the showcase room, and Devin was interviewing Herb, I was kind of just thinking like, there's no other place in the world right now that like fits my aspirations in audio. Like no other event or thing that I could be at could top this moment right now. And that was like a really special feeling when I had that realization. I was like, this is incredible. And Herb had a great interview. Devin was asking questions about how I got into audio and his philosophy on stuff. And something that he said really stuck with me and kind of made me laugh a little bit. He was saying that, his number one advice, or the thing that he would want everyone to know about his audio journey, is that as he's getting older, and I asked him how old he was. He's 77, just turned 77. And he said that as he's gotten older, he's, the thing that he's trying to aspire or trying to tell everyone is that, be happy with the person that you end up becoming, or the person that you end up, the person you become. And he thinks that the two things mainly to get you there are community and hobbies, having multiple hobbies for you to grow with. And that's so funny because my wife is always talking about how I have too many damn hobbies, and I just thought that quote was hilarious. But these ideas of like intuition and like channeling your passion and having intuition and drive, like this idea of just like trusting your gut has really come up in multiple venues recently. And his conversation today kind of just instilled that with me. That like I told him like the gear I'm running, I told him stuff I've been building, and he was saying that I'm on a good path and keep it up and blah, blah, blah. And, I just think that if you just continue to trust your path and trust your intuition, that good things are going to happen, and you find success and you find failure, and as long as you're true to your individual path, that like we're all gonna do great things. So really inspiring night. It's only my first full day out here. I still got 2.5 days or so, so we're gonna see what happens. But you saw earlier, we got the transformers today, we got the resistors, all the parts for the amp, and we're gonna put it together on Tuesday at the Karimoku Research Center. So now I'm just gonna meet up with my buddy Winston, grab some food, and call it a night. I did lots of record shopping today. I didn't document it very well, I'm sorry, but I'll talk about it later. So you guys have a good one. Peace.